Yeah, I'm ready. You can count me in. All right, Knicks Nation. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? We are here. Another edition of KFTV Postgame Live. Not the way we want it to go, but let's get into this. The New York Knicks entered this game on a 4-game winning streak after just defeating the Charlotte Hornets, what would have been a nice comeback. And coming into tonight's game, you didn't have Karl Anthony Towns, no campaign, and obviously no Mitchell Robinson, but we thought that would be enough to take down the Detroit Pistons, who are not even in playing category right now. So, on a night where you have a homecoming event, first ever homecoming, you thought the Knicks would come out and get the victory, but straight from the jump, the Pistons punched the Knicks straight in the mouth by just an array of threes, knocking down after three, after three, after three, because the Knicks could not guard the perimeter. But you thought this game would be interesting because the Knicks would work their way back into the second quarter, bringing it down to 4 points, but that wasn't enough. Going into the second half, the Pistons decided to come out with more fire, more of a determination to win, to show that this team should not be in the basement of the league. Nevertheless, the Knicks would come back and even cut it to 2 points in the fourth quarter. But every time the Knicks came back to try to make sure that they could just get the lead, they never were able to do that once throughout this game, all because of poor defense, could not guard the three whatsoever tonight, costly turnovers, and couldn't hit timely shots, and a little bit of chucking from a few players tonight. And unfortunately, we would catch the loss on this one, 120-111 for the New York Knicks. Not the way we wanted to go. Multitude of reasons. I'm your host tonight, Alex Chavez, a.k.a. the Stratocaster. As De La Soul would say, tonight it's me, myself, and I. So make sure to tune in. Make sure to call in through the Discord so I can hear your takes. Come on, it's a long night, all right? I'm here by myself. I want to talk to you guys about it. It's not the game that we wanted to see. Good Lord, this was just awful. Awful, awful, awful. Man. Shout out to the Knicks chick, by the way, first and foremost. Happy birthday to you. I'm glad that you and CP get to celebrate. Want to say that first and foremost. I'm happy that you guys are enjoying some nice weather. I don't even know where you guys are, but it's nice weather. You got some palm trees, so I'm glad that you didn't have to experience this one tonight. But hey, here we are. Salute to Knicks Nation as always, all right? Make sure to hit that thumbs up button for your boys. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Guys, this game was just, man, tough one. Let's start it off with talking about the defense first, okay? Because just from the jump, all right, no Karl Anthony Towns. Okay, I would know there's questions about his defense, but you'd still think with Jericho Sims, who's had the numbers to say, giving you good paint protection, protecting the rim at a very high level according to the numbers, with him in the starting rotation with Jalen Brunson, OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, and Josh Hart, you're like, all right, we should be able to hold ourselves, especially against this Pistons team. But this Pistons team from the jump, just ripping three after three after three after three after three. It was just, at some point, you're just like, what happened? And it was a quick, 18 points in the first quarter when the Knicks were just struggling to even get their offense going. And so you're watching this, I'm watching this unfold. I'm like, okay, Tibbs is going to call a timeout. We're going to work this thing back in here. Sure enough, they did, but then they consistently allowed the same thing to happen throughout the entire course of the game. It's like, at what point is this not a concern that we watch this team, poorly guard threes? And look, the defense has been fine. I understand the competition we've been going against, but teams that are capable of shooting the three ball, right? And not saying that the Pistons team is like some prolific three-point shooting team, but they're capable. I mean, Cade Cunningham having a hell of a year. Tim Hardaway, we know when he's going, he can knock down threes. Malik Beasley, another guy that can knock down threes. Okay. And when you're just leaving guys who are capable three-point shooters open, and I mean wide open. I mean so wide open. These guys are able to pull out a lawn chair, relax, take a sip of lemonade, and then get right back up and knock down a three. Like, this is just ridiculous. All right. there was just like no urgency from this defense in the get-go to get back into this. But like I said, they were able to work their way back into it because at points throughout this game, right? There were moments throughout this game where the defense decided to lock it up. And when you see OG just getting steals, getting blocks, when you see Mikal Bridges doing a decent job defensively tonight, it's more so offense from him tonight that was really the issue. Defensively, I thought he was actually in this game for a good portion. Defending Cade, defending Ivy, like obviously it could be better, but I thought he was okay tonight. But when these guys start to wake up, then it just started to unfold again because now that they're scrambling, trying to guard the three, what's able to happen? Durant's able to get easy looks in the paint. All right, you're just seeing lobs. You're not even necessarily seeing lobs to him, but you're just seeing him get putbacks, and that's just something that this Knicks team, we're just so accustomed to looking at these guys just guard the paint at such a high level that their inability to do so tonight, or just at all facets of the game, very alarming for a few reasons, and we'll get into that tonight. Get into that later tonight, but defensively, this team, like, they showed moments. But it's crazy that even throughout the moments when they're able to get back into this game, it still wasn't enough where you have three guys who can guard at such a high level and you bring Precious back in here. Huck Porty was doing a fine job. Like, it was still not enough to get past this Pistons team tonight. And am I sounding the alarms that it's doom and gloom? No, we should not be in the doom and gloom territory. But it is concerning. It is concerning nonetheless. I didn't like how everything just unfolded defensively for this team because when you even get it back to 4 and 2 points, something was just unravel right afterwards. And it would just be like after like a deflating missed 3 or missed shot, wherever it may have been. And then next thing you know, like the defense just lost track of everybody. I mean, I didn't need to see Durant just get easy layups, whether it was on Precious, Porty. I mean, Jericho Sims, good Lord, man. Who thinks this is Jericho's last game? I know KG Sevenfold is not thinking that this is Sims' last game, but who's thinking that this is Sims' last game? Because Tibbs was like, absolutely not. We done after the first quarter. But the defense was just god awful tonight on so many levels. But it was like, it's tough, and I want to know what the chat thinks because, like, watching this defense, it was encouraging to see that they could actually tighten up with Precious out there and get blocks on Durant at moments, get steals when needed. But it just felt like that even with the defense playing at such a high level, it's just like, how is it not enough to go against a Pistons team? How is it not enough to go against a Pistons team? What is everyone's thought on the defense tonight? It's concerning to me, especially for this reason. This team is very top heavy. All right. The depth, we can question the depth on how deep this team is, this, that, and the third, how much you want to believe in this bench. But if you're going to tell me that this team doesn't look a little different when the starting five, like when we're missing somebody in the starting rotation, like it's just obvious. It's just obvious that this team struggles at some level. And for tonight, without Karl-Anthony Towns going against a Pistons team that, just got hot, you see what Karl-Anthony Towns provides, which is just his gravity. And we can question his defense through and through. All right. And how much can this team actually get to being a middling defense with Cat being at the starting 5? But the thing is that when you don't have Karl-Anthony Towns on that court, who's been playing at a top 5 MVP level right now, no question about it, it's not forcing other teams to work. And tonight we saw that, right? Even with Brunson, Mikal, OG, Hart out there, it looked like the Pistons had an easy time just defending and just were able to do whatever they wanted defensively and offensively tonight. And so Karl-Anthony Towns, even though we can question his defense, the offense, making other guys tired, forcing double, triple teams, and a guy that just knows how to find his teammates, whether they're cutting and doing other things, that was surely missed tonight. And my point is, if we're missing just one person, whether it be Cat and even Brunson or anybody else on this team, honestly, the whole starting 5, it's just like, I just feel like there's such minimal margin of error that you can have with missing one of the starters in this rotation. And tonight you see what happens when you don't have Karl-Anthony Towns and how much his offense is needed and his high efficiency. Like, this team put up 111 points, but you look at what the Pistons were able to do, and because they were just so comfortable throughout the night, they were able to shoot like crazy numbers. Crazy numbers. I mean, we're talking about a team that shot 52% from the field, 50% from three. And then obviously got 84% from the free throw line. So that's my other thing, is that I think missing any one of the starting five in this rotation really shows that you have very little margin of error. Could the Knicks easily won? Could the Knicks, not necessarily easily, but could they have won tonight? Absolutely. Turnovers costed too. Turnovers were another big issue for this game tonight. All right. If you want to talk about what the Knicks did outside defensively and missing Karl-Anthony Towns, missing key shots and a lot of turnovers was the other issue that we saw tonight. Okay. I don't know how many times it was like, why are we forcing passes that aren't there? Like these jump turnaround passes. It's like, what are we doing, guys? Like, just make simple reads. If you don't see it, pass it back out, reset, and do this. I felt like guys were pressing too much, and they were pressing because they knew the Pistons could just get back up on the other side of the court and just knock down a shot from whatever they wanted, okay? And so a lot of these turnovers impacted the Knicks from making a comeback, which they could have easily done. And they can clean these things up too. But this once again goes back to the same thing I mentioned, that there's so small margin for error. And look, the Pistons had 18 turnovers tonight. They were not clean. The Pistons were far from being clean tonight. The Knicks' 15 turnovers did them in. And this is where I go to saying this team has very little margin of error when you're missing one of the starting five players. Of course, we haven't seen anybody else yet. Cat has missed 2 games so far this season, but you see the difference when you don't have Karl-Anthony Towns on the court and what his offense brings, and just the punishment it is for opposing teams, because forget the three-point shooting and being able to space the floor. The dude has been living in the paint and just bruising people left and right. And so that exhausts defenses because you have to stop that. That's it. And so if he's not there to do that, and we didn't have really anybody else to do so, and any 5 that we had tonight was making points by just either, simple layup putbacks underneath the basket, or just like alleys to Huck Porty, which shot Brunson to Huck Porty tonight. That's a whole other story. But like the fact that we didn't have that tonight, tough, man. Tough that we didn't have the center to really punish the opposing defense and get these guys exhausted, man, which is what you really need to do. All right. Turnovers were an issue, like I said. And then the shooting, man. I just don't like tonight. Talked about it last post game with Jeff when he was on the show. Pulled him out from the gulag after that whole Trae Young nonsense of last season. There were some shots, especially from one Mikal Bridges, where I'm like, bruh, there's a couple of shots where I'm like, we are chucking. And we are just like forcing shots. And I get it. You were trying to shoot yourself back in this game. But Knicks would be down like I said, 2, 4, 6 points. And then we're taking a 3 where instead of like, let's just keep working inside. And I know mentally that could be exhausting and difficult for a player. You're just running up and down the court. You're defending. You're doing all those things. And so, I can understand that sometimes your mindset goes into like, what's the easier shot? What's something that I want to do right now? It's like, and there's like multiple factors. Taking a 3, counts obviously for more. You don't have to try to work hard and go through the trees when you're trying to finish around the rim. You don't necessarily want to deal with contact, but you got to punish the defense at some point, man. Like if your 3's not falling, you got to switch it up. Like, how you got to switch it up. Same with OG. OG was trying to knock down some shots too. And I'm like, dude, he was like fading away. And I'm like, what's going on here? We're not getting set. And we're just rushing shots. And that's another issue. You can't be rushing shots when you're trying to play catch up. You got to do the best you can to get the more efficient, effective shots as possible. And I know I'm just being nitpicky at this point, but from this game, man, like I want to see the Knicks just beat the Pistons. You know, we want to see this team win, obviously, and it just stinks losing to the Pistons, to a team that has just been, a laughing stock of the league. And it looks like they're trying to not look like they're trying. It looks like they're doing a decent job of just, cleaning that name and coming out of the basement. But man, you wanted to finish this homestand and be on a 5-game winning streak. That's what we really needed around here. But that isn't the case, man. We didn't get the 5-game winning streak. Got snapped to 4 on homecoming too. First ever homecoming. We had a lot of guys back in the building. You had Tim Thomas, you had JR, you had Steve Novak. You got family members there supporting old players that have passed. Stat was in the building. Oh, man. And you couldn't do it. First one, we couldn't do it. Just stinks, guys. Absolutely just stinks. So to recap, the team lost tonight because they couldn't guard the perimeter. They just let the threes just fly. I don't know why we're getting thumbs up as a bubble. Not looking to do that. Couldn't guard the 3 tonight. Turnovers were costly. Missed Cat's gravity. And I just, part of it is concerning to see, obviously, knock on wood, this team's been very healthy for the most part, but, limited margin of error when we're missing somebody in the starting 5. Missed Cat's gravity, as I said. And just poor shot selections throughout the game, man. Poor shot selections. Like, got to clean that up. Got to clean that up. Man. Woo! Salute to Knicks Nation. Thank you all for tuning in for another KFTV post-game live. It's just me, myself, and I tonight. All right? So make sure to call in through the Discord so that way I can get your takes in. Already see that we're getting the Discord just starting to fill up around here. So make sure to tap in because I do want to hear your takes on this game tonight. All right? Make sure to hit that thumbs up button for your boys. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And we got to talk this one out, guys. I know. It's a tough one. Saturday night. Y'all are trying to get hype. If you're not out already, you're watching this game. I don't know where you're ever, West Coast, around the world, wherever you may be. You're just trying to watch this game, get ready. Who knows? Maybe you're watching this game. You sacrificed your sleep. Weekend, you're like, I don't got to be getting work right now. Let me stay up a little late. If you're like over in London or on the other side of the world, like, hey, let me just tune in this game. And then you get this one, man. Tough way to go. Before we get to the phones, got to do a little ad read. Got to talk about Skims. And thank God CP's not here to talk about Skims. But guys, let me tell you about Skims, all right? New sponsor for this season, Skims. Shout out to Kim K and the crew. Look, let me tell you about Skims, guys. I like it. It's breathable underwear. Doesn't ride up. It's comfortable. All right. These are quality. These are key components of having the right undergarments when you're going through your day-to-day activities, life, playing basketball, just going out for a walk, just hanging out. You're going out at night. You want to look good, right? You want to make sure you have something that's respectable So this is why I recommend Skims. How it's so breathable, it's supportive. All those things are such high quality aspects to looking in for underwear. Man, I know it's an uncomfortable conversation talking about undergarments, but I highly recommend getting this brand, all right? And they got many varieties for what's underneath. I don't want to know what you guys wear. I don't really care to know what you wear, all right? Ladies, if you're out there and you think about getting your guys, something for Christmas, wherever it may be, think about getting your significant other something for Christmas, check out Skims, all right? And when you go there and you're checking out and you want to know, and you want to let them know how you found out about them or who sent you, choose the drop down podcast, all right? And then when you choose that drop down in the field, type in KnicksFanTV or KFTV to let them know that we sent you, okay? And hey, highly recommend Skims, all right? CP, I see you in the chat right now. Yeah. Thank God we don't have to deal with no Diddy. As Junior Caroma said, no Diddy. Don't need to be talking about undergarments, all right? I'm sure you're having a great time wherever you are, going to whatever bathhouse there may be out there, all right? Shout out to you and the Knicks chick, as always. All right, so let's get to some of the guys on Discord right now, all right? Let's see if my computer's actually working, and I can pull people in here and load this up. So let's start off with Tone Tone on the Discord. What's going on, man? Unmute your mic. How you doing? What'd you think about this game? Tone, are you there? Tone going once. Going twice. All right, man, we'll get back to you. We're going to go to Nick. We're going to go to my guy, Nick.
Nick, what's up?
How you doing today? How you feeling? What do you think about this game, man?
Pretty good.
Were you back in the arena?
Yeah, I was there. Kind of upset we lost. They had dollar popcorn tonight at the Garden for homecoming, so that was nice. They had some giveaways. They gave away like a little pennant with some logos on there, so that was cool. But from the game point of view, like you said, you covered all the main points. Started out pretty slow, gave up a lot of 3-pointers. It was like 9-2 early on. Knicks called timeout. And then coming out of the second half, they pushed it, got it down to 4 points, 89-85 going into the fourth. And then to start off the fourth, the Pistons went on a run there. Huckporty was good for the few minutes that he was out there, had some nice plays with Brunson, had a nice connection there, alley-oop a few times. But I thought there in the fourth quarter, Tibbs pulled him after a few possessions. He lost his guy in a backdoor cut for the dunk, and he turned the ball over, threw it out of bounds, and then Tibbs kind of pulled him. But he's still young. Another point that I thought kind of hurt us a little bit was the free throw shooting shot.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that was brutal.
Awful 3-point free throws. It was like just taking this tonight. Just took me back to last season. It's like, could we miss every single key shot from the line? Like, come on, guys. It just brought back bad memories of last season. Even though they were good offense last season too, it was like the free throw shooting. I'm like, we were just giving praise. They were number one in the league. I'm sure after tonight it is dropped and they're not number one in the league anymore.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, at the end of the day, that streak against the Pistons I think we had won like 17 in a row against them prior to this. It was going to come to an end. Just would have been nice to see close out the homestand, go 4-0. But back at it Monday against the Raptors, seeing RJ. I don't think Quick's going to play, but it'll be good to see those guys.
Yeah, it'll be good to see those guys as well. See them return, RJ having a solid season. Hopefully, I know Quickly's been dealing with some injuries. It'll be nice to see these guys back in the Garden. I know we gave him a standing ovation last year. Actually, are we in the Garden? Actually, is it in the Garden or no?
No, it's on the road.
Yeah, we're going to Toronto. What am I talking about?
Yep.
That's late. That's the next few weeks. He'll be back in the Garden. They're gonna be on the road in this one. So yeah, it'll be nice to see those guys, watch them all dap up, whoever and whatnot. But looking for hopefully they get back on track in Toronto. Historically, Toronto's always given us a problem, but this is a different team. Different team now.
Exactly. Hope everyone comes back healthy as well. Hopefully Cat gets back in there, win Monday, and then give us confidence going into Wednesday to hopefully win the quarterfinals and go to Vegas.
Yeah, absolutely. Beat the Raptors, beat the Hawks, go to Vegas. That's what it's all about at this point. All right, Nick, appreciate you calling in as always, my man. Appreciate the stadium report. And we'll catch you later, man. Enjoy your weekend.
Of course, you too. Have a good one.
All right, that was Nick with our stadium report. Obviously talking about the tension and the frustration, and you just felt it. Man. Free throws. What are we doing, guys? Why aren't we hitting free throws? Come on, Brunson. Come on, everybody. Bridges. Brunson. Hart. What's going on? Funny enough, though, I just checked the stats. Knicks are still number one as of right now. Knicks are still number one in free throw shooting percentage, even after their horrible display tonight, which tells you how much cushion they had. With 59% from the free throw line, and yet they're still leading in the league currently. There's obviously more games that have to finish tonight. Things could obviously change. Celtics are right behind with 81.2% free throw. I don't actually know if they played tonight or whatnot, but actually I think they did. I think KP got injured again, now that I think about it. So look, shocking that the Knicks are still in first after tonight's free throw performance. Clean it up, get it back on track. Can't be having this, man. We can't be having poor free throw shooting performances, especially when you're trying to win a game, man. You just need those easy points. This is like we're like beating the same drum over and over and over and over again. Like, hit your free throws. Hit your free throws. All right. Man, just a frustrating loss. You just want to see this team win, keep moving, keep pushing, Hey, Daniel, I see talking to producer Daniel. Let me. I see that Tyler's thrown some clips in here. in the post-game live chat. So if you want to pull up the Josh Hart video, let me know when that's ready. We can get to that. But yeah, man, this game was just a tough one to watch. Tough one to watch. Really wish that we got this one. Man, can we stay healthy? Can we actually stay healthy? Let's have that conversation because Campaign came back, played really well. Now this is his second game that he's missed due to an elbow injury. Then you don't have Cat tonight either. I think for Cat, it's just more so maintenance. I think it's doing the thing that we've asked for this team to do, which is load management, not to the craziest degree as we've seen with like Kawhi and PG, but I think what we're seeing is just the protection of Karl-Anthony Towns to ensure that we have him for the long haul rather than just trying to get win every single game, which is a nice change of pace. It's definitely a nice change of pace of what we got going on. All right, I see. Let's see. Okay, Daniel started from the beginning because I know I was talking. Let's hear what Josh Hart's got to say, and let me know when you're gonna play it. All right. All right.
Were you just worried about the inconsistency on the text?
Yeah, I didn't understand it. You know, I got my tech for basically saying someone get in the game. You know, I think I was 10 feet away from the ref going into the huddle. Didn't curse or speak disrespectfully to the ref. So I got a tech that way, and then I asked him basically why. After he said that's not how we talk to each other. So I said okay, I left it at there. And I just didn't understand how at the end of a game we're going on a run, another player walks up to a ref and you know he cursed. So I didn't understand it. So that's basically what I was talking to him about. I just didn't understand how I got a tech at that moment in time, and there wasn't one on that side.
Were you just worried about the inconsistency on the text?
Yeah, I didn't understand it.
All right, and there you have it. Josh Hart not understanding how he got a tech on that other side, and I think that was crazy. Crazy that he gets a tech and Cade Cunningham doesn't get a tech. What's going on here, man? Cade Cunningham in refs' faces, just like getting all upset, just like any other player. And I get that stars get a different treatment in this league, and Cade is a star, but like any other player would have been tossed as well, like or just gotten a tech. You know what I mean? Like I know that Josh Hart already got one, and so the second tech was just like that's why he's out. But like, how does Cade not get a tech, and how do we not get a free throw? That's insane. Absolutely insane. Just insane, guys. Like, just absolutely insane. Like, for me, it just shows like sometimes it goes into that conspiracy theory where like you put the tinfoil hat on, like saying, "Hey, is it that the refs have something against the Knicks?" Like, what, like in that game where we're Josh Hart's getting a tech and like showing his passion, like Cade showing his passion. It's like, yo, you got to call that thing like right down the middle. Call it evenly. Just didn't feel like they were doing that tonight. And sometimes the Knicks are on like the wrong side of it. It just feels like the refs have a little thing against New York right now. You see Brunson got bulldozed by Isaiah Stewart tonight, and then they don't even call that charge on Stewart. I'm like, yo, what? Like my man just like tossed Brunson from the free throw line to the baseline, and we're not even going to make that call. And then you also you eject Josh Hart, but you don't give Cade Cunningham a tech. Crazy, man. This is craziness in your own building too. You got home court advantage, and you're not even getting these calls. That's wild. Absolutely wild stuff that we saw tonight, man. Absolutely wild. You would think that you would at least get some favorable calls while you're in your own arena. Ref's just doing us dirty, man. I don't like to blame the refs for a lot of things, but that was dirty, man. Refs should have given some, a little bit more respect to this team, and just craziness. Absolutely craziness. All right, let's see if we can get Tone back on the line. Tone, what's going on, man? Let me unmute you. Tone, are you there? Tone, unmute your mic. What's going on, Tone? Ooh, Tone jumped out of the lobby. All right, Tone is not ready. Tone said not tonight, man. Not tonight. Wait, what's going on here, man? All right, let's try this one more time. I'm going to bring Tone right back into the chat. Let's see if we're ready to get this thing going. Tone, are you there? Tone, unmute your mic. Going once. Going twice. Tone, you're not ready, man. Trying to hear what you got to say, and you're just not ready. Make sure everyone, if you want to get on the Discord, make sure to call in. I know it's a Saturday night. You all probably want to go out and do stuff, but hey, I am here for Knicks Nation, for the people. Another thing I want to talk about tonight, I want to talk about how it was a little disappointing that where you don't have Karl-Anthony Towns, we didn't get Bridges or OG to step up where we really needed them. You know what I mean? Like, when Cat's out there, you know that he's going to have a high usage. A lot of shots are going to go through him. But Bridges and especially with Bridges and how OG's been playing this season. Like, Bridges, we know what he did on the Nets as the number one option. Bridges, OG this season has put up 40 points, has been playing effectively. I was expecting one of those two guys to really just, take over. That, like, just like work into that usage. Like, there's like a whole share of the pie that's open for tonight. And I was expecting at least one of those guys to really take advantage of it. And tonight, what we get is OG with 6 of 15 from the field, gets you 17 points, 2 of 8 from downtown, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. And then you get Mikal Bridges. Yeah, he got you 20 points, 8 of 17, 3 of 9 from downtown. But I felt like there was just more that was left on the table. And I was expecting either one of those two guys to really just, take advantage of it. And I just feel like we didn't take advantage of that. Like, neither one of those guys did. And when you don't have Cat out there, you just need somebody who's just going to be like, you know what? It's me. And, like, sure, we can always go to Brunson and rely on Brunson. But Brunson did his thing tonight. 11 to 21 from the field. Shot over 50% from the field, 3 of 7 from downtown. Obviously, you want to see better free throw shooting from him. He went 6 of 9. Got you 10 assists. He was working out there. Got you a steal and 4 boards, 31 points. Somebody else has got to step up. And we didn't get that from the bench really tonight, right? Offensively is what I'm talking about. And just where's Bridges and OG in this one, man? Where's Bridges and OG in tonight's game? And this is the other concern when it comes back to when you miss Cat and you have such, small margin for error in any game, because if you're not going to get any one of these guys to, like, really step up, then what are we doing here, man? Like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen when we play other teams? Like, this is the Pistons that we're talking about. This isn't like the Cavs. This isn't the Celtics. And, like, God knows what happens throughout the regular season. This is not even like the Bucks. Like, the Bucks are even starting to play better now too, right? I would say the Magic, but the Magic are dealing with the same injuries. Magic got both their guys dealing with oblique injuries, which is just even crazy to say out loud. But, like, what happens when you don't have these guys just, like, stepping up to the challenge? Like, that's the one thing we had last year too. We had guys that were just ready to step up to the challenge, and you would think that for tonight's game we would have that at least. And so that was a little disappointing to see. Did anybody else feel that? People in the chat, good people in the chat. Did you all feel that? And shout out to all of you. Shout out to the mods. Shout out to the franchise channel members. I see JJ in here. Shout out to Above the Rim. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to the Shells. Shout out to Junior Karoma. Shout out to John Talento. Jet Life in here. Oof. Jet Life. If you are a Jets fan like me, feel sorry for you, bro. Feel sorry for you. Man, because it's tough being a Jets fan. Shout out to Bobby Elliott. Shout out to Chief Modern Operation TM in here as well. Did anybody else feel like it was still disappointing that we did not see Bridges and OG really step up. And as JJ said, like, they missed timely shots. Like, there were times where you're like, okay, we're within 5, we're within 6. Like, just knock down a shot, just get into the paint, try to get to the free throw line. And even though it's crazy to say, like, hey, get to the free throw line when you weren't hitting it, but at least give yourself a chance. Give yourself a chance. And that's where I'm saying, like, this is where I'm, like, a little disappointed in OG and Bridges. Just tough, man. Just tough, because you need guys to, like, really step up in these instances when you don't have one of your top guns. And you don't, like, I don't even want to think that, like, look, I'm sure Brunson's going to miss a game here or there, like he's done the last 2 seasons here. Like, no, it's very rare to get somebody to play 82 games. It's just very, very rare. All right. Extremely rare. Guys are going to miss time. And these are great opportunities for players to show up and stand out and say, this is what I can do when given a larger role. And so when these opportunities arise and guys don't take advantage of it, it's a little concerning, especially when you look at this team that's top heavy. And if you're missing one of these guys, it's a little concerning. Like, all guys in the starting 5 are not replaceable. OG's defense, not replaceable. Cat, his offense, not replaceable. Brunson, playmaking offense, not replaceable. Josh Hart, do everything, not replaceable. If I said Bridges is not replaceable, I'm sure some of you are going to throw tomatoes at me, but when he gets going, he won't be replaceable. All right? And I believe he will get going at some point. But those 5 guys are not replaceable. And so when we get in these positions, who's going to step up? Who's going to step up? I can't even be mad at McBride, man. Like McBride went 3 of 7 tonight. You know, he made some timely shots here and there, but it's like, can't be mad at him, man. He's playing solid defense. He's working his tail off. I thought he guarded Jaden Ivey very well tonight on some stretches. In the first couple of possessions, Ivey got his way. He was able to get into the paint, but then McBride stepped up, was like, you know what? Let me show you why I am who I am. And I thought McBride did a decent job defensively tonight. Man. Andre Bryant saying McBride can replace Bridges. Who in the chat agrees with that? Andre Bryant saying McBride can replace Mikal Bridges. Are we talking about now or the entirety of the season? And like, Bridges ain't going to be on the bench. Ain't going to happen. I get it. I get the defense. I get the shot making. Not going to happen. But who agrees with that statement? Who agrees with Andre Bryant? No. Jamaica Queen, shout out to you. Shout out to you for being a franchise channel member. Says, huh? Trolls. Jamaica Queen saying, nah. No. There we go. Where people are agreeing that, yeah, you can't replace. I get Bridges is struggling, man. I'm seeing people in the chat right now saying you can't do that. And it's like, and I agree. Once Bridges is still trying to figure it out. Once he gets it figured it out. Once he figures it out, I'm sorry, it will be fine. We'll all be like, oh my God, look at this. Look at everything. It's just the same thing as we did with Isaiah Hartenstein. It's the same thing we did with Precious last year, too. These guys join the team. Takes a while for them to figure it out. And once they figure it out, we'll be singing their praises. I am still a guy. If you all remember, I signed the Precious apology form. All right. I did that last year. These guys have figured it out. Isaiah Hartenstein, first year, you're like, wait a minute. This guy is not doing what we need him to do. Why is he out there? Tibbs trusted him. And, you know, Hartenstein paid him back. And now look at Hartenstein. Key factor right now for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Key factor. Man. Just tough, man. Like, what do we like? It's just tough. Tough. Just want to see this team win. And it's just tough, man. Absolutely tough. All right, Chad. Who's got some questions, man? Throw some questions your way. What questions you got for tonight? What are you guys thinking about tonight? What questions you want to throw my way? What do you want me to answer? All right. There's a lot going on. I know. This is a disappointing loss. We gotta come together as a family. We gotta figure these things out. Hopefully, Cat is back next week. Hopefully, Campaign is back next week too, man, because we're missing that extra playmaking off the bench. All right. Cole got a little burned tonight for 4 minutes, and then Tibbs was like, absolutely not. Sims, he said, Sims 6 minutes. Nope. Kolick, nope. Need Campaign back too, man. We need another steady hand coming off the bench who can facilitate, get into the teeth of the defense. That's what needs to happen. Oh man, we're going to Jets questions first. Jeez. This is hilarious. Outlaw 24 saying, "Are you done with Aaron Rodgers?" I've been done with Aaron Rodgers. I did not want Aaron Rodgers on the Jets whatsoever. I saw that story. You can throw this all the way back. I wanted to keep Sam Darnold. I didn't even want to draft Zach Wilson. Did not believe in Zach Wilson. Didn't think he competed against anybody good. Aaron Rodgers did not want to go down that road. I've had many conversations prior to them before even getting Aaron Rodgers. Did not want that guy. Been done with him. Not even going to check out the documentary, whatever he's got on Netflix. Whoever wants to tune into that, give me the Spark Notes. I'll check it out after that. I'll check that rather than watching that thing. That guy is just absolutely not. Absolutely not. People asking how my week's been. My week's been good, man. You know, we got Game of the Week preview tomorrow where we're going to preview the Knicks playing against the Raptors. We got my guy Will Lou coming through as always. Ready to talk about this Knicks Raptors series. So make sure to tap in tomorrow. It's going to be dropping at 5 p.m. tomorrow. So stay locked in. Get ready for the next day, the next game, you know. Unfortunately, the guy who's talking bad about Woody Johnson, and rightfully so, Bill Belichick. On to the next one, man. On to the next one. On to the next game. TM, that type of night when we're getting Jets questions. You better believe it, man. You better believe it. Better believe it. Shout out to Knicks Nation for all you being in here, man. Shout out to all you being here. Hopefully you guys are going to enjoy the rest of your night, or wherever you may be, morning, day, afternoon. Hopefully you guys are going to enjoy the rest of your day, wherever you may be. All right? Oh, man. How do we lose to the Pistons, man? How do we give up so many shots from three? Craziness. Absolute craziness. And since we're talking about threes, let's get into the stats of the game. All right? Let's get into stats of the game. All right, let me just pull it up here. So my computer loads. All right. So we'll get at the key. We'll get at the key stats of the game for tonight between the Knicks and the Pistons. Knicks lost this one once again, 120-111. We're looking at a game where the Knicks got out rebounded, 50-41. Another key factor for why they lost this one tonight. Pistons slightly edged out the Knicks in assists. Pistons come out with 28. Knicks had 27. Knicks winning this one in steals. Do you think this would work in their favor? Knicks got 11 steals to the Pistons 7. But the thing that would change everything up was the turnovers, because even though the Pistons had 18 turnovers, Pistons were able to capitalize on the Knicks turnovers. Knicks weren't able to capitalize on the Pistons turnovers. 18-15. Pistons had 18. Knicks had 15. Knicks had 5 blocks. Shout out to OG Anunoby with the 5 blocks tonight. All right. Shout out to OG. Didn't have all 5 to my knowledge, but he did get quite a few tonight. Pretty sure he had 4? Didn't OG have 4? What do you have tonight? No, OG had 2. Who are the other 2? Oh, my bad. Precious had 1. Bridges had 1. Think about a different game. Precious had 1. Think about OG's 4 steals. Precious had 1. McBride had 1. Bridges had 1. OG had 2. All right, for the steals. Then we get to the field goal shooting percentage. Pistons shooting 51.8. Knicks with 53.2. But this is where the disparity really was. 50 3-point percentage for the Detroit Pistons. 32 for the New York Knicks. Also another big disparity. Pistons shot 84% at the line while the Knicks shot 59. Not what you want to see. And then we will get points in the paint. Knicks beat the Pistons 48-46. Second chance opportunities, close to being even. Knicks slightly got the edge on that one, 11-9. And the Knicks won the fast break points by a smidge, 20-19. But it really just came down to the three-point shooting and just the Pistons be able to capitalize on the Knicks turnovers where the Knicks weren't able to do so. And look, man, you're seeing the Knicks get out-rebounded. This is another reason why you miss Karl-Anthony Towns, another guy who can just grab the boards, clean the glass. We didn't have him out there with Josh Hart to work hard and just and stopping the Pistons from getting second chance opportunities, even thirds in some instances, man. That's what you really need tonight. All right. And my takeaway, man, from all of this, if you're not gonna be able to control the boards, if you're not gonna be able to shoot well, it's just like it's just simple as that. It is simple as that. If you can't control the boards, if you can't shoot well from three for this team, you're not gonna be winning, man. You're not gonna be winning many games, and that's exactly what it is tonight. And so that is the key stats of tonight, brought to you by DraftKings. And so let's talk about DraftKings. All right. Shout out to our new sponsor. Every point counts with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code KFTV. That's right. The promo code is KFTV for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, located in Kansas, 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in New Hampshire, Oregon, Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/bball. All right. So make sure to use that promo code KFTV on your first bet. Get up to $200 in bonus bets when you just bet $5. All right. Shout out to our sponsor, DraftKings. All right. Shout out to our new sponsor. Man. Woo. Phone lines are pretty quiet tonight. Discord's oh wait, hold on. Do we got somebody on the line? Do we got somebody in Discord right now? Let's see. Hold on one second. Let's see if I can bring in. We got somebody on Discord. Brazier? Is that Brazier? Is that how you pronounce your name, man? Unmute your mic. What's going on, Brazier? What's going on? Going once, going twice. BR Ziri. I don't even know how to pronounce it. I'm butchering it, man. What's going on if you're there? All right. You are not there. People, we got to unmute the mics, man. If you're trying to call in, man, you got to unmute the mics. I'm trying to hear what you guys got to say. Got to come correct. All right. Let's go back to the lines. Let's see if we get somebody else in here. I see the Knicks Fix is here. Knicks Fix, unmute your mic. What's going on? Knicks
Yo,
Fix.
Alex, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's your name? Where you calling in from, my man?
What's up, Alex? It's Roland calling in from Queens, man.
Rolling from Queens. What's going on? What did you think about this game tonight?
Dude, I'm watching this game and I'm like, yo, we cannot guard the three. Like, no matter what we do against teams that, like, shoot from the three. If you watch these games, man, they start off, we go down. Like, against the Magic, we went down 3 straight threes. Boom, boom, boom. We're down 9. Tonight, again, it's like 14-2 or something like that. I don't know, man. It's like the defense doesn't rotate out on the wings, and it's just like they can't guard the three. I'm like, Jesus Christ. We were able to mount that comeback. We couldn't get the timely three on our end from OG or McHale. But it's like you see Tibbs kind of like doesn't adjust to this. The defense doesn't adjust to the three. And I'm like, all right, maybe if you get Mitchell Robinson back, he can cover the paint and you can. I have no clue, man. But until we fix the defense on the three, I don't see this team getting past the second round, man. It's like it's frustrating to watch it every night. What do you think, Alex?
Look, man, it's frustrating to watch a team not be able to guard the three. And, against the Celtics, I was like, this is something that we got to be on the lookout for, because this is not even like, this is not newfound territory. This is something that we've seen previous years, right? Under Tibbs. I mean, he likes to play drop coverage. I mean, he hasn't really been doing much drop coverage. He's been playing Cat at the line just because Cat's not great in drop coverage. But still, regardless, you're looking at guys just like fly out to the line, and they're just like a steps long rotations. And could they be better? Absolutely. But there's always been an emphasis for a Tom Thibodeau team to protect the paint. And it's just tough, man. It's just tough watching that. And like, the thing is that if you give capable 3-point shooters an opportunity, like, they're going to make it. And the thing is, like, these guys legitimately had more than enough time to knock down threes, which is the more frustrating part. It's not even like there was somebody nearby. It was like guys had to like travel from like Canada all the way down to Florida in order to guard the three. This is insanity. It's absolute insanity. Yeah, man. 3-point shooting on this team, 3-point defense on this team is the concern. That's like a big concern for me. All right. This whole league is about shooting threes. All right. It's like, I know that the people joke about, it's become layup lines and threes and whatnot. And unfortunately, it's true. I mean, you're looking at you can even look at the Boston Celtics. This team is averaging 53s a game. All right. This team, literally, the Celtics average 53s a game. Like, it is unheard of. 51 to be exact. And like, they're shooting what? What are they shooting right now? They're 11th in the league, shooting 37%. Knicks shoot better percentage wise, but we're not a team that takes a lot of threes. All right. We're not a team that's going to be chucking 50. Like, we take 36. That's the average right now. And we're efficient while doing so. But, you look at teams that can shoot the ball well. Like, Cavs are another team that shoot the ball really well. We got to be able to guard these teams, man. Those are the two top teams in the East right now. And that's difficult. Yo, Daniel always get me with this graphic. I dabble on DraftKings. Yes. Obi Toppin's not here anymore, man. We got to figure out a new player for me to like crop the face on. I don't know who it's going to be, but maybe it's Jacob Toppin. Just keep it within the family at this point. But it's just, man, got to be able to guard the three. Can't guard the three. It's going to be a tough road, especially as we've seen where the Knicks have to face teams that are young, athletic, and that can limit the airspace. We've already seen them just like struggle and able to with their ability to get a lot of threes. So if that's going to be that thing, Junior Karoma saying Pistons are not a bad team, guys. Relax. And while I say yes, I understand. Like, I get that sentiment. Like, no one should be, no one should be sounding the alarms tonight. Okay, it is not that serious, but it is frustrating. It is concerning when you see you can't guard the three that well, and that's where it's really at. It's not saying the season's over, but it's how do we adjust? How do we clean up some of these defensive deficiencies? That's the problem. Shout out to GOT for being a franchise channel member, and the super chat says Mikal had 20 on 47%, shot 38% from three. Blame the defense. Look, man. Bridges had some, he played well. Like, if you just watch Bridges tonight, he was fine. Wasn't like, he wasn't bad. He wasn't great. He was fine. He missed some timely shots. But it's like, I still wanted more because you didn't have Cat. This is a guy who was, number one option. When we brought him here before we even got Cat, the whole thought process was like, okay, you're going to have him, Randall, Bridges going to be your third option. Now we talk about the new big three is where it's Cat, Brunson, OG, right? But that third option was always meant to be Bridges because of what he was able to do out in Brooklyn after he got traded from Phoenix and what he showed what he can do while being a guy who has the rock in his hand. And so since he's been here, and like he's been like offensively, it will come around. Like tonight, he's fine. It's not like this is actually like a fine numbers wise, it's fine. But you just want more in the sense of like clutch, those things like timely threes, like when you're wide open, you should be knocking them down. That's what I'm looking for. I'm also looking for him to be a little bit more assertive. Like, take the reins a little bit. All right. Give JB a break. Go get yours. I want to see that. That's why we brought these guys in here. Right. Cat can do that. All right. OG's showing some ability to do that. Like, I'm looking for Bridges to be doing that too. And so, is it the end of the world that he didn't do it tonight? No, it's not the end of the world. But I do want to see him in moments where you're going to have this happen again. You're going to be missing somebody. Like I said, no one plays 82 games anymore in the league. It just doesn't happen. Bridges may be that one guy who does that this season. He might be, because he is an Iron Man. And because of that, there's going to be nights where Brunson's going to be nursing an injury, as we see Cat tonight. OG, we already know what OG's about. I want to see Bridges just be able to step up into that role, man. I just want to see that happen. I know he can do it. I just want to see him be able to do so. It's just tough, man. Just tough. Especially against the Pistons, man. I know they're not the same old Pistons, but I just had to happen tonight, man. Just had to happen tonight. Instead, you get Cade Cunningham deciding to, go nuclear. Holy cow. Cade having quite the season. Dude had another triple-double. He had 29 points, had 15 assists, 10 boards. Shot 9 of 17 from the field, 5 of 8 from downtown. This guy was automatic. This guy was essentially him and Malik Beasley off the bench were the offense. That was the offense. I see the rhyme animal Chuck D in here. Shout out to you, Chuck. Throw a hashtag PE in the chat. Throw a hashtag PE. Lash, I see you in here as well, my guy. What up, Lash? Man. Andre Bryant not feeling Bridges. He even said, with no JB and Cat, I bet Bridges still scores under 25. Come on, man. Got to have a little bit of faith. Got to have a little bit of faith. JJ saying Cade is a problem. He is a problem, man. He has been on one this season. He is. That's why he got the contract. Let's see if Detroit could do anything, though. Let's see if Detroit can do anything. Man. What else do you guys want to talk about? Scan close. Let's see. Who else we got in here? Let's see if we can do... Let's see if we can bring... Hold up 1 second. We got BR Ziri. My man, I'm butchering this name. Daniel, if you can bring him into the show. I'm having difficulty. I don't know why my mouse is not allowing this to happen. If you could just bring him into the show, appreciate, my man. All right, my guy. I'm sorry, I'm butchering your handle. What's going on? What's your name? BRZ. What is it, man? Please unmute your mic. I don't even know how to pronounce it. What's going on? Going once. Going twice. I'm going to call you BR202 because I can't. First of all, my eyes are killing me at this point. I might need to get glasses like CP. That's the biggest case. Isn't that the biggest wonder? That should be the biggest wonder. What happened to CP needing glasses? Shout out to Barbara Carroll. Do I think the Giants win tomorrow with everyone injured? We're just getting football questions after tonight's game. Asking me about the Jets. Now we're asking me about the Giants. I'm not even a Giants fan, man. What's going on here? Do I think the Giants will win tomorrow? They play the New Orleans Saints. The last time. Who remembers that? Speaking about Giants Saints, who remembers that Eli Drew Brees game like years back where they were just like scoring left and right? Talk about that. TM said CP got the LASIK joint. The secret LASIK surgery that he will never talk about, huh? That's what we got going on here. Will the Giants win tomorrow? I don't know. I hope they do. For all the actually, I don't. Probably you Giants fans. Do you Giants fans does anybody want to tank in this year's draft. I think the Giants are tanking at this point. Does anybody really want to tank? GOT, why am I a Jets fan? Because I like pain and misery. That's why. That's why. Man. I don't even know. TM, do you think the Giants are going to win? TM saying, yeah. He wants the pick. TM wants the pick. You going to trade that pick? Yeah, that's right, Barbara. The draft is not as good for this year. That's why, as a Jets fan, it's always fascinating. The years that there's good drafts, we ain't there. The years there are bad draft, we are always there. We are always there. You can always count on that. TM praying, says he's praying for the loss. Junior, I'm pretty sure I know that you got a Giants fan. You got a Giants logo. You do not know my pain. I've never seen a Super Bowl for the Jets. My Super Bowl was when Mark Sanchez, that's right, Mark Sanchez defeating the New England Patriots in Foxborough. That was my Super Bowl, okay? That's pain. That is absolute pain. All right? Absolute pain. Whoo. All right, guys, we're getting close to wrapping up here. This is just tough, man. Tough loss. Tough loss. But the good thing about the NBA, man, or everybody, it's an 82 game season. You get to go back out there, work on some things, and go get a win. And that's all the Knicks need to do on Monday. So with that, I think it's going to John Teledanias. Now you're asking me real questions. Where do I think Soto's going? I hope he stays with the Yankees, man. To all you Mets fans out there, I see all the rumors. I'll be hurt. I'll be hurt. Because the days of the Yankees that I grew up with is like, oh, if we want that guy, we'll get that guy. No problem. The fact that if we lose him, it's like, oh, man. Now we really got to start having some serious questions about the front office and whether or not they're able to attract talent and retain talent and stuff of that nature. Yeah, we got Judge. He still has to work out his demons. But we'll see what happens. I think he stays as a Yankee, though. I think he still stays as a Yankee. You just went to the World Series. I mean, I saw the Red Sox thing. That makes absolutely no sense to me. Why would you want to go there? They were competitive this year. What makes you think that you going over there is going to make you competitive? At least with the Yankees, you could say, hey, this team has been competitive in the past. Sure, they haven't made it to the World Series in a long time, but at least they've been competitive. That's why it's like I get the Yankee Mets thing because the Mets did their thing this past year, but yeah, GOT. I'm a Yankee fan and a Knicks fan and a Jets fan. You know, one of the rare ones out there. All right, Alex, where were you during the butt fumble? I was home for Thanksgiving, and I was home for Thanksgiving with the family, and my dad and I, God rest his soul, big Jets fan. He lost it. Absolutely lost it. He lost it so much. I was like, I can't even watch this Jets game with you anymore. We turned it off. We got up out of there. I was like, I can't hear it. He was so upset. He was bringing that play up 40 minutes after we turned off the TV. Like he was just in disbelief of what we just watched. It was bad. Nah, I am not bringing out my Jets bomber jacket. Not happening. No. That is staying in the closet. All right. We are not doing that. That's all. Not until they win. And on that note, all right, guys. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your day, evening, afternoon, wherever you may be. Appreciate you all for tuning for another KFTV post-game live. All right. Unfortunately, the Knicks would lose this one 120-111 to the Detroit Pistons. Apparently, Detroit basketball is on the up and up. Who would have thought that we'd seen the day? But hey, we got another one on Monday. New York Knicks will be facing the Toronto Raptors in Toronto. So make sure to get ready for that one. We're gonna have play-by-play with CK as always. We're gonna do post-game live after that one too. But hey, get ready for game of the week tomorrow. All right, we're doing the preview. Got my guy Will Lou coming through, so make sure to tap in around 5 o'clock for that one. It's gonna be a good one. All right, it's gonna be a good one. But salute to Knicks Nation. Salute to all the franchise channel members. Salute to all the mods as always, too, man. Salute to everybody for tuning in for another KFTV post-game live. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button for your boy. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, all right? It was just, as De La Soul would always say, me, myself, and I for tonight's show. And I had a fun time, guys. Had a fun time talking to you guys, as always. And look, if you can't catch the live show on YouTube, you already know what to do. Make sure to find us on any audio listening platform on Apple, Spotify, Google Play, Amazon, Alexa, Stitch, you name it. We are there, all right? Make sure to support our newsletter. And Daniel, we don't got the website anymore, all right? It's it's KnicksFanTV Beehive. It's a Beehive newsletter. So make sure to go over there, subscribe, all right? You're going to get great articles over there. You're going to know about all of our sponsorships as well if you want to tap into any of them, whether they be Mando, Manscaped, DraftKings, Underdog. All of them are all over there, so you can go click on the link, and they'll take you right to the website, and you can use our promo codes for any of our sponsors. All right. On top of that, make sure to tell a friend about this channel. All right, we're still growing. We just got to 86,000. We appreciate all your support. So make sure to always tell somebody to make sure this channel continues to grow. All right, everyone. We out. Catch you next time. Catch you tomorrow for Game of the Week preview. Appreciate you all for tuning in. We out.